Welcome to the Embodiment of Her, your new favorite self-help podcast where we help you do the inner work to become the girl of your dreams. I'm so excited to have you here for today's episode, and I want to share something really cool with you. So today we are talking about a 30-day challenge. Yes, you heard that right. A 30-day challenge to put you in position to become your best self for this summer. Okay? So although this is for this summer, it doesn't matter when you watch this, when you listen to this, you can still use these tools, these tactics to become your best self. So get a paper, a pen, whatever you have to jot some notes down, and let's get into it. So, some things that I am focusing on when it comes to becoming my best self for this summer is the category of obviously fitness. This is something that we all think about when summertime starts to come, when you want to wear that beautiful dress you've been saving for the summer months, or maybe, those a little bit tighter clothing, cuter clothing or what have you, especially if you live in a region where it's cold for majority of the year. This is the time that you're really waiting for. You're excited, right? But a lot of people wait until the very last moment to get on their fitness goals. And I am by no means encouraging, any sort of eating disorder. I'm just being real with you. Most people want to be at a slimmer weight or a slim, thick weight when these months approach. That's when most people do feel their best. So I'm going to share with you certain things that I'm doing to kind of slim and tone down within the next 30 days. You are not obligated to follow this verbatim, but just take whatever you feel works best for you. So when it comes to food, I have definitely been the type of person where the last few weeks I've definitely been indulging more than normal. I've been having a lot more sweets, a lot of more of those cravings, and so that's something I'm definitely getting ready to cut back on. So I am no longer having foods with added sugar, because that's one, horrible for you regardless, but no added sugars, no cookies, no cakes. And I'm a really big sweets person, so this is like really hard for me. But no bread, and bread is not bad at all. However, bread makes me personally feel really sluggish, really tired, and that's just not the energy that I just need to have. So it does not work best for me and my body. However, if bread makes you feel great, especially whole wheat bread, multigrain bread, then you keep it. 3, no pop. So I've been definitely having a lot more sodas, and it's so funny. For years, I literally stopped drinking like soda and things of that nature, artificially sweetened drinks. However, the last few weeks I've started. So this is something I definitely need to stop with. Next, no sugar added condiments. So that would be like, your ketchups, things like that, your barbecue sauce. A lot of people don't realize that those things actually have so much added sugar. I mean, you probably taste it and you're like, this is so sweet, but there's a reason for it. It just adds a bunch of more like weight onto your waistline. It's just not ideal. So I'm definitely cutting that out. Also, no fast food. So I have been getting so much fast food. The other day, I literally got Chipotle, which what I get from Chipotle is not bad by any means. However, when you have fast food, you don't know what it is that they're putting into your food. You don't know the amount of salt, the amount of additives. When you make your food at home, you know exactly what it is that you're eating, and I just want to be a bit more conscious of what it is that I'm consuming. So no more Chipotle, even though I love Chipotle, and again, I don't get anything unhealthy from there, but no more burgers. I've been getting so many burgers, so many burritos, and I'm definitely cutting back on that. And then something that I'm incorporating is I feel really good when I practice fasting. Fasting is so great. Your body does need a rest from eating constantly. Then I could really go into another episode detailing the importance of fasting. But what feels good to me is incorporating at least 18 hours of fasting on a daily basis. That's when I feel my best. If you're new to fasting, I highly would not suggest maybe going straight to 18 hours. I would probably suggest maybe something like 12 hours, because at some point everyone practices intermittent fasting. When you sleep, you're not eating, right? So something lesser than that, 12 hours, 10 hours, I think would be like a great place to start. Now let's talk about fitness. So I've been slacking on my workouts recently. I've been slacking when it comes to like really pushing myself in the gym. And so I'm going to make sure that these next 30 days, every workout is intentional. So I'm going to continue on with working out 5 times a week. And that's going to be with, my regular leg days, core, etc., Pilates, whatever. But I'm going to add 15 minutes of core every single day for the next 30 days. Now, my core is my least favorite body part to train. I don't enjoy training core by any means. So I'm going to start off with doing 15 minutes every single day, but in the beginning of my workout, just so I can get it over with. And I think this is going to be a really good challenge. Then I'm going to also include 45 minutes of walking every single day. This is something that I've started doing and it makes me feel so good. It's just so good to get your steps in, honestly, and hit like that 10K plus step goal every single day. It's just really satisfying. So that could be either walking outside or walking inside, treadmill, whatever. And I'm really looking forward to this. Now, I want you to take bits and pieces from what I said as it pertains to food, fitness, and make it something that works for you. Obviously, I'm somebody who's worked out before. I know my body very, very well. So I know that this is going to work for me. Now, when you're doing something like this, you really do have to be honest with yourself and say, hey, like, how much minutes of cardio do I think is reasonable? If you're someone who hasn't been working out consistently, maybe 45 minutes of walking might think that's excess for you. Start slow, start with like 20 minutes, even 10 minutes, and then work your way up. When it comes to food, maybe you're somebody who can't cut out all of the things that I listed before. Make it adaptable for you because you know your body the best at the end of the day. And this 30-day challenge is not something that I want you to do for one day and then binge or stop. I want you to be consistent for the full 30 days. So, whatever that is for you, sit down, write it out, and be transparent with yourself so that way you can get the best results. Now, let's talk about beauty. So, something I want to incorporate is getting 7 or more hours of sleep every single night. So, sleep is something I have been terrible with for the last, I want to say, 2 years. I used to work like night shifts, and that really just like disrupted my circadian rhythm. I want to say like it's been a little over 2 years since then, and it still has affected my circadian rhythm. So getting 7 hours of sleep every single night is crucial. I mean, sleep is just so important for your overall well-being, mental, physical. Also, when you don't get adequate sleep, you tend to just store fat more in your waistline. So, this is something that is really going to be crucial, even as it pertains to like certain fitness goals that I mentioned earlier. Next thing I want to do is gua sha every morning. So, if you are not familiar with gua sha, it's a type of Asian tool used in Asian beauty treatments that helps to debloat, promote collagen, just boost your skin and have it look more supple and beautiful. So I am going to be gua shaing every single morning. I like to take it, and after I like take my hands and wash my face with my cleanser, I just like to use my gua sha right then when I still have the cleanser on my face, because one, it just allows the cleanser to kind of stay on my face a little longer and do its thing, but the face soap allows the gua sha to slide so smoothly. And when you're using a gua sha, you never want to use it on dry skin. You want to use it with some sort of lubricant, so face wash, face oil, something like that, so it can glide effectively. The next thing that I will be doing is extractions every single week primarily on Sundays. So I have the oiliest of oily skin. My little brother likes to make the joke that I produce my own canola oil. That is how oily my skin can get. And so with that comes clogged pores. So every single week, I find it just beneficial to kind of go in with a comedone extractor and just, remove the gunk from those clogged pores that's happened during the week. And it really just helps keep my skin looking smooth, beautiful, and acne free. I will also be incorporating derma rolling. So, derma rolling is essentially like this tool that has a bunch of tiny needles on it. So, when you use it on your skin, it just creates a bunch of micro tears that your skin then heals. And when your skin heals it, it just helps to boost collagen, helps with large pores. Again, I mentioned that I have oily skin, and it helps prevent wrinkles. So it is a really nice like preventative measure, especially for my girlies that are really young. You want to start now so that your skin can look beautiful for as long as possible. And then I will also be doing dermaplaning. So, dermaplaning is essentially using a sort of razor tool to remove that top layer of skin as well as like a little bit of facial hair so that way your makeup just applies so smooth. Everything just looks so smooth when your face just looks its best. And I'll be doing that every week as well. And to enhance the beauty of my hair, I will be deep conditioning every 2 weeks. Now, this is the only thing that I'm going to be wavering on. And the reason being is depending on certain hairstyles, I won't be able to deep condition my hair. So if I have like braids in, obviously I'm not going to be able to deep condition my hair like box braids. That is the only thing that I'm kind of just wavering on. I'll more so put it as do it when needed because you can always tell when your hair is dry. Next is social media. So, most of us spend way too much time on social media. In fact, if you have your phone near you, which I'm sure you do, I want you to check your screen time. See how long that you spend on social media on these platforms. And if you spend more than an hour, and even that is being generous, and this is not pertaining to, let's say, if you run a business, right? If that case, definitely you're probably going to have a bit higher of a screen time. That's totally normal. But if you don't, and you're just on these social media platforms, you're not using it for anything effective, then this is something that you definitely want to consider. I mean, I've definitely had my fair share of days where I had 6+ hours on social media, and for what? I didn't get anything out of it. I wasn't, learning anything new. It was just mindless scrolling, and that is never effective. There's so many more things that you could be doing with that time to get things done. So think about that. But with social media, I am only going to be going on for social media as it pertains to work. So, business, that is it for the next 30 days. No posting on my personal accounts, no scrolling on my personal accounts, solely social media business work. And the last thing that I'm going to be doing in the next 30 days to glow up my life is sticking to my morning routine. I have not been sticking to my morning routine, and it's definitely not been the best. But my morning routine consists of things that essentially help benefit me. And the fact that I have not been sticking to it is something that I definitely need to pay attention to and correct within the 30 days. So let me share what's in my morning routine with you. So, one, looking at my vision board. This is so important for just aligning myself with my goals, allowing me to visualize what it is that I want to bring into my existence. So, looking at my vision board. Meditating. This is something that I need to get back into because it just allows me to quiet my mind and just have a moment of silence and allow myself to just be aligned with what it is that I am essentially thinking about, or just ignoring those negative thoughts that kind of just come in your head in and out. Definitely incorporating meditation is super important. And this kind of goes along with meditation, but setting my intention for the day. I really think it's important to understand that things will happen throughout your day, throughout your week, throughout the month, but you ultimately have control over the way that you view your life. And so I want to be really intentional with setting a positive mood, setting a positive just energy for the day. Next, I want to spend time with God. So I'm a Christian. Religion is super important to me. Whatever you believe in, I want you to spend time with that every single day. It just helps you align yourself and it brings you a sense of peace and gratitude. Next, taking my vitamins, I'm chuckling a bit to myself because taking my vitamins is something that I definitely struggle with and something that I need to get myself together with these next 30 days. Shout out to my girlies that have low iron. Take your iron medication. To all my vegans, take your B12, whatever it is that you have going on. And just to be a healthy person, you should be making sure that you incorporate some sort of vitamin into your daily ritual because most people are not getting enough vitamins from their foods, their meals. So that is important as well. Next is affirming myself. So I think it's really important to speak highly over yourself. Your subconscious mind understands and takes in the things that you do not consciously, right? So take a second and affirm over yourself. I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I am prosperous. You want to use affirming words to set an amazing intention for yourself and just remind yourself that you are loved, that you love yourself, okay? Next is writing down what I'm grateful for. So I truly believe that gratitude is the best attitude, and this is something that I'm definitely going to be implementing every single day, writing down 4 things that I'm grateful for. I mean, there's always something that you can be grateful for, whether or not you were aware of it or not. And then hobbies. So there are 2 main things that are my hobbies that I want to focus on intently for the next 30 days, and that is learning Spanish. I've fallen off so heavily. My Spanish is not as good as what used to be. And you know something, if you're not a native language speaker and you stop practicing it, or you stop immersing yourself in that culture, it is so easy to like literally fall off. So I need to focus on getting back with my tutor, doing my 30 minutes of Spanish studies every single day in order to get back to where I was and even better. And then I want to focus on learning how to do a split. So I've been really slacking with my split stretches. I'm really prone to like tight hips. So if I don't do my stretches as much as possible, it's definitely something that I feel. So I want to get back to doing that, increasing my flexibility, and this will just help with health overall. So, these are the things that I wanted to share with all of you beautiful ladies on how I am going to be glowing up myself in the next 30 days, not only to prepare for summer, but just to better myself overall. I want to know what is it that you're taking away from this episode and what I shared, and what you will be doing in the next 30 days from all of these characters, all of these characteristics that I listed before in order to make yourself better. I'm so happy that you were able to listen to this episode, and I'll catch you next time. I love you, beautiful. Bye.